This is Mutabaruka. We want to present to you a wholesome kind of level of consciousness right now. So subscribe and tell your friend them. This is Mutabaruka.
No, me not tell a one what you do, you know, but even me I say no. The government of Jamaica must get up and make themselves clear what is their position on this new wave of thinking that is going around where a little baby is allowed to claim gender even if it is of the other gender. A baby, that means a 5-year-old, 6-year-old youth who is a boy can say him feel like a girl, so him is a girl, and then him proceed like a girl. And we know in this society must accept that almost weird and strange thinking, because it is weird and strange, because they must say no, nature show you say he's a man, and nature show you say he's a woman, but you now can decide which gender you are out of your own little perverted mind. And we must accept that as a normal thing. The government of Jamaica must stand up and declare if them is in agreement with that thing there. It's madness. And you know why them not going to want to stand up? None of the two parties them not going to stand up and say it. Because them afraid of the repercussions. Especially the GLP like how them in a power now. Because you remember when Golden, Bruce Golden said, not in my cabinet, what happened to him? Him go say that. Why we must accept something that is not coming up out of our historical past or cultural past. Look on, there are certain things because of where you're born and where you live, you accept as reality, as right. And there's something that you accept as wrong depending on where you're coming from. Because me know say, in Afghanistan, in Iran, even in Arabia, them people they don't believe say, for instance, watch out, in Arabia, them feel a woman shouldn't drive. I don't know if them ease up the law, I know, I think them ease it up. But for years, woman must drive. In Iran, woman must appear with them out them head covered. They mustn't appear without them head covered. I remember in the Bible, in a Jewish book, them tell you say, a woman must cover her head. Yes, that is a law. That is a law, you know. It has nothing to do with morality, you know. It has nothing to do with culture. So the culture expresses itself and then become a religious practice and a religious belief till man make it become a moral issue. And then now they're going to tell you, say, if you don't do that, you must be put to death. That is what them say. So, I want to play this. This is a woman who obviously is a Christian who go in a store, Target store, and she was very obsessed and vexed about what she saw. Listen.
Target here in Texas, and I want you guys to see what is being sold in Target for our children, okay? So they have a whole Pride collection, not just for adults, but now it's being offered.
If you don't know what Pride collection is, it's the LGBTQRASSTLAT people them projecting what them dealing with. Them call themselves Pride.
to children who don't even have a right to even stand for what is right. They're already pushing the agenda to our babies. They have this being proud, a pride outfit for a newborn baby. I just want y'all to see this. It's for kids. I want y'all to see what's going on. They got music. They got albums. They got albums for our children to listen to that talks about girls, liking girls, and closer, let's have a kiwi. This is for kids. It's for children. This ain't for adults. It's for children. And this is where we are spending our money, in a store that is pushing an agenda that is antichrist, that goes against God, and it is trying to defile and take our children. Listen, this enemy is after our seed. And if we don't become vocal, and if we don't stand against this, they are going to destroy our seed. They're going to destroy the legacy of holiness and of righteousness and what God intended in the beginning of the earth for a man and a woman to produce children and for them to produce the same thing. Marriage is honorable, and it should be between a man and a woman, not a man and a man, not between a woman and a woman, and it should not be passed down to our children. I want you all to see this. 6 to 9 months. Just be you and feel the love. Do y'all see this? They're starting at newborn. And this is where we're putting our money. My Queer Year. I want you all to see it. They got cards. They even got bibs for the children. And this is where we have to stop. If we don't stand for something, we will fall for everything. We need to be vocal against this kind of stuff. All this small time stuff we fussing about that holds no kingdom weight, let's use our energies, let's use our voice, let's stand and boycott against every target that feels okay to carry this type of stuff. Pride cookies and kitchen ware and utensils. And look at this. Look, they're pushing it proud. And what better name? Pride. Because that is the spirit in which homosexuality, transgenderism, the LGBTQ community, that is the spirit in which it operates in pride. And then they got a nerve to have the rainbow as their symbol, because that is mockery against what God has intended in the Bible. The rainbow was always indicative and a symbolism of God's promise to mankind. It is not supposed to be used to promote a lifestyle that goes against his promise. This, to me, is disgusting. This, to me, has to be stopped. And I believe that Christians now, more than ever, it's time for us to go stand in front of targets and we boycott. We speak out against everything else. But when it comes to this, we are quiet. We are silent. We take the back seat and we're in hush mode against this spirit that is trying to take over. Now, I'm in Texas, and I already know Texans, y'all got some integrity. I believe there's some citizens, kingdom citizens in Texas that ain't going to allow this to continue. I'm at the Target in Cedar Hill. I'm going to hit every Target I can until we make a noise for them to pull this stuff off the shelf and we say enough is enough. And until you move it, we will not give you a dime of our money, Target. This has to be stopped.
Okay, so here one woman screaming out about a company named Target. For those of us who travel to America, know that Target is a big haberdashery place. We call it haberdashery. We sell everything and anything. But they have a special section now where of all of these little children. I mean, I talk about not 17-year-old picnic twin. I mean, I talk about 5-year-old and 3-year-old. They have T-shirt where two men hug up on it and I show them love for each other. And your child is supposed to wear that as part of your opening of your eyes to the reality. And that is a cultural expression that is spreading all over the place now amongst little girls and boys that's supposed to do other things with them life and start supposed to know now in them future time them to get married and have children by sex, sexual intercourse. Now them want it without having that pleasure that was designed by nature. Is really problematic. It's really problematic. Because you have little children now. I think about a year now, I tell you about it, and I don't know how I go on like say, I don't know where I get them things from. Children going to school, going on like them is cat. And a meow, like them a cat. And the teacher go to them and say, they will have none of that litter in the classroom. And them so the teacher and the school, and win the case too. Because who is you to tell me what I am? If I say I'm a dog, I am a dog. If I say I'm a puss, I'm a puss. If I say I'm a man and I'm a little girl, I am a man. Who is you to tell me who I am? That is the confusion where them are putting at the little pick in their mind. So, we want to know, because soon and very soon, all of these little Americanization, our culture and our way of life is going to be so American that we can't tell the difference between a Jamaican youth and an American youth, because we grab everything from America. Everything we grab from America. So when you send your picnic at school, and them dress up the picnic all sort of way and at this sort of way, and when them come home, you hear them start to talk certain way. You're going to want to lick them and beat them. Yeah, because most, when I say uneducated, you know, but most Jamaican who don't know how to bring up youth without boof bath them, because them a read Bible and tell them about don't spare the rod and spoil the child. Them prefer lick the child with the rod, beat the child with the rod and sell up the picnic face. Then we figure out where I get all these foolishness from. And now we see them get it from school. Yes, and when you have to draw out your picnic at school, it's going to be too late because you have to go to work and you don't have no people, you don't have nobody to lift your picnic with. So you have to know, so you have to start from in the home and show the picnic, say, he's a man or he's a woman, no care where nobody wants to say. No care where nobody wants to say about you is a woman and you have penis. What kind of madness that? Why them want to twist up your brains? Why them want to take out the knob out a year or so and take out the tube and put the tube around this one, the knob right or so, and then you must start to accept that. Look how long Africans are project polygamy. Polygamy in America is one of the wickedest things. And is what them call them down a Utah there. The Mormons, and them come and talk about more than one wife only so. And they have to stay by themselves. Now in our society in America, polygamy is a no-no. As a matter of fact, in Europe, if you're a man, if you talk about you have a polygamous relationship, it's more terrible than if you say you have a man as a man, as your husband, and you're a man. How that possible? How that possible? How you can look, how you can go to jail. You can go to jail if you have more than one wife. Them call it bigamy. Bigamy. In the Western world, them call it bigamy. Me book up a man in a Cameroon where I have 72 wives. Yeah, only hear me right. Only hear me right. Me say it already on radio. Me go to Cameroon and book up a man with 72 wives. And him is not looked down on. But when you ask them about homosexuality, them ask you one name, so. And when you tell them it's what them say, that's impossible. Well, maybe now them not going to say that now because the culture gone way over them place they know so much that it not look strange again. But it was a very strange thing. One time I look an African, and in a bus where I drive to, you know, in Europe, and I talk about the whole thing. And they must say, when I tell him about homosexuality, he said, nothing can go so. That is what the man I tell you, so nothing can go so him can't picture that in his head. Which I don't want him to do it. But when we look and we are going here, so now, if a man have more than one wife, he is committing a thing named bigamy. That means him liable to go to jail. Right? In America, it is not accepted. But a man marrying a next man or a woman marrying a next woman is seen as legitimate. And now you see it on TV. You see it on all the talk show them. You never used to see it so blatant. But now it gone past that now. It gone to the children them. The little children them, 4 or 5 year old. They might bring them up to accept that as a lifestyle. Nobody going to tell them, say, look here now, you see a man can love more than one woman. Or a woman can love more than one man, because you have polygamy, I have polyandry. You have polyandry. Polyandry is where a woman have more than one husband. And you have certain cultures. You have certain cultures like we up in the mountains, in the Himalaya mountains, where a woman will have more than one husband, and she will talk to 2 brothers, and them not see it as wrong, them not see it as nothing. You know, see? So now, nobody train you to want to marry that woman as a little picnic. But now we find, say, it's a thing we are going now where it's so embedded in the minds now of these little children them, that is a part of them whole experience now. And it gone beyond just saying let them want to be gender neutral. That means he's neither man. Well, I tell you, Rasta, hey, we go to 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock hours. There. Something where we see a prevail itself in America and an extension in Europe, England, and these places, where we as African people, they want us to accept it as a normal activity. Yet still, if we talk about polygamy, them not see that as a no-no. Yeah, them see that as a no-no. Polygamy is a no-no thing. But it is okay for a man to marry the next man and a woman to marry a next woman. We, coming out of our culture and our past and our history, we see that as a no-no. But the distressing part of it is this gender-neutral thing where it's not, hey, all right, listen to me, I say, today what date? Mark my word as I sit here and say it. You're going to have some people who's going to tell you that in the Bible, you see, just like what I'm telling you about homosexuality, this, and homosexuality, that, if your child do this, you must do that, right, this and that. You them going to tell you a little more. Them going to quote in the New Testament. And them going to say, the Bible say, there is neither male nor female, Jew or Gentile in God's sight. You hear me say? Them going to quote it to you, biblically. That's why I see when me young man I say, him against homosexuality, him start to quote Bible, him says, oh really, then if the Bible never said it, well, you would still accept it. Because I could have never look on a thing like that and say, true, the Bible say it, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, not true, the Bible said. I agree with it because nature not show me that. Nature not show me that. I mean, I go murder, and the other day I said something, and some youth that jump on it and on the internet, that me I say, what did them youth Rasta? And what is the muta? Me not go murder nobody because me go find out same gay. Me not go do it. But me just a say, me no see it as something that is natural. Me no see it away there. And them come now with something even stranger. That a youth I was saying is not a man. A 50-year-old man I was saying him is 14-year-old. So he want a 13-year-old girlfriend. And him a 50-year-old. That is a warped, twisted society. We come to them conclusion there. And then you're going to hear them, and I tell you, say, mark my word, you're going to hear them say, the Bible say it. Because just like how man I talk about Bible, say this and Bible say that, like, him can't live in a natural world. And she say, it's nature teach you. Nature teach you certain things. I'm going to tell you, say, the Bible say, in the New Testament, there's neither male or female, Jew or Gentile, in the sight of God. So where must I say to you now? Is that them I say no? Is that them I say no? Them I tell the little youth, them say, look here, you are going to choose your gender. No matter how you come up, born. When you come through your mother, that don't define nothing. What going to define you is you going to define it. So I'm going to look at you and say, well, you know, so I want to be a lion. And say, yeah, well, be a lion then. You want to be a tiger, be a tiger. If you want to be a monkey, be a monkey. If you want to be a cat or a dog, you're a cat or a dog. What kind of twisted mind is that? What kind of twist up business is that? You can have my little picnic. I'm here carry the picnic at school. And then I show the picnic book. We are showing something different totally from where his mother and his father grew up to know. Naturally. Because I know everybody in Iran agrees that a woman must cover her head. And you can't say that too. So a whole heap of women start dry it off of them every them kill the woman. Them have the moral police, according to them morality police. Where the morality police say, you must go out that street without your head covered. And the woman go to the head covered and kill her. And the whole nation rise up against the daddy told of them and now them friend them. And the woman them start drag out the thing them off of them head. Because them kill the one woman. And then the Taliban come now and them and say, the woman them mustn't go out the road unless them have a man with them. And the only thing you must see when a woman walk on the road is to hide them. What kind of madness is that? It's a culture. And me not go in a place go drag off somebody things because me say, me not come from the culture so take off them foolishness there. No, me not kill nobody. Them kill people for that. Them kill people. If a woman come out on the road and say she don't want to put her nothing on her face and take off nothing, them go kill her. Me not go kill somebody for that. Just like how me not go beat my picnic and kill the picnic because the picnic do something wrong on the road. The Bible say. That's why I'm not telling you, it's that weird thing, you know. When a man talk about say the Bible say this and the Bible say that, you know. The Bible say, if your picnic is a disobedient picnic, you must take that child. You know, them about look old when them used to put people in and stone them to death. Them say you must stone your picnic to death. What kind of culture is that? That I now must go read that in the Bible. I'm going to take up that from my head, to stone my picnic head with somebody. Because some of them people, you know, do something wrong, you know. I almost want to beat them to death, you know. It's like something just make the picnic not dead, do the amount of beating when you get the picnic. And that way them and say, don't spare the rod and spoil the child. Where you beat your picnic with rod for? Sometimes you lick all picnic, you don't even know which part of the liquor go, you know. Then suppose a man start beat you, see me, as a woman. Or a woman start beat a man same way. Woman beat man and police go to police station and police say, yeah, idiot, you gonna make man a beat you. To death. Like the woman the other day. She shot the man must 3 times and then go over and take him and beat him till him dead. Emotions rise above natural order, reality, where you have to kill people because of certain things. We're going to come forward upon our subject, so. All right, so most Jamaicans is biblically inclined. That means all of them ideas of morality come from the Bible. The thing is that people select what they want to select out of this book and throw it where when it don't suit them. No man hear me say me not believe in me not a Christian. And from a man hear me say that, say me have totally already. But here what I say now. Thou shalt not commit adultery. How much man out there who claim say, him go kill this a man and kill this a woman and do this a man, this, that, because them do something where in the Bible where them shouldn't do. How much man can say him never commit adultery? And I bet you him never know, I didn't know, say, the Bible say, if a man commit adultery, him should be put to death. You hear anybody run up and down around the place and run down man who commit adultery. That time we ever put them to death. Selective. That is what we have said, selective. Culture is one of the things that drive morality. And certain cultures drive morality to the point of insanity. And some people, some country, the morality is so low that you don't even want to go which part them there. And just like how me say me go a country and see a man with 72 wife. Me not talk about girlfriend, I talk about a wife. Me see man married to 2 sisters. Married to 2 sisters. The 2 sisters them are live together with him. And them don't have no problem with it. Me go to Israel, down at Dimona, where the Hebrews like them there, and see the man them have 7 wives. 4 wives, because them have deal with the Old Testament thing. A whole heap of Muslim, them have Muslim marriage, mass marriage, where some big man are married some 12-year-old. And that is no in our culture. But in a freedom culture, where them become a religion, is no problem. But make your ear say, I'm a woman I walk up on the road without a man. Right away, them start accuse her of whole heap of immorality and want to stone her to death. And you have loyalty killing too. In them country there, where if a woman decides that she's supposed to go married to a man and she go deal with the next man, the family will kill her and get away with the killing too. That is what you call a culture within a religion. They will kill the girl because them here say the girl go sleep with a man. Which man in a Jamaica can claim that him shouldn't put to death if he was in those culture? Me not talk say he was a homosexual now, That even worse, but me not talk if him did thief somebody something. Say him thief somebody things, or him is a homosexual, or him is whatsoever them say wrong in the Bible. It did say he mustn't sleep with the next woman. If he married, he must be put to death. Thou shalt not kill. But a man will say, oh, me kill you this and kill you that, but yet still what? He might commit adultery. Because the same 10 commandments where my follow. It's the same commandment tell him say, he must covet the man neighbor, him wife, nor him oxen. Him must not call the Lord, hey, watch a man. And them mix you up, you know, black people. They mix you up, confuse you. That's why I look on wrong as right and wrong, and we don't even know wrong and right different. Because everything mixed up, you know. Nature don't teach you the thing already. Nature teach it. You don't have to look in a book to know that. Because you have to go past the book, you know, you have to become the book. You have to become the book. You understand? And nature is the greatest teacher. So when a man tell you about God in the sky, I said, you know, it's a God there everywhere, and you look at the sky for him. If God there everywhere, that means say you don't have to look up at the sky. And when I say about above, just like how them teach, you know, grant true wisdom from above in the anthem. Which wisdom will come from above? Wisdom will come from within. And experience. That is where wisdom come from. Wisdom not come from above. Nature is what teaches us. Just like how when a man say, boy, you have certain cut, you put that the bush pan it, you have that the this, you do that to that. And some man go further, if you have a cut, him no want to put nothing pat him, go a doctor, and the doctor go to school or learn certain things, and him know say that, mix up with that, put in one tablet and give you, and you just work that out, and you see say you just all right, and I just saw. Why is it that we're trying to mix up the thing? One man over there so I mix up the thing now and I put it up and I pick to them. And then you see it start to spread. And then you start to say, why you see it so much time now that you just accept it. Not with the pick to them. Not with the pick to them, because most of who are picking we so gone, including myself, yeah. And I never bring up my youth. I never even know about that. When we first up by youth, I never even know about picnic must call themselves cow and goat and dog and cat and all them something. How the hell that come up? Which part that come from? Which part that come from? When did I know that children calling themselves cat and must be accepted as a cat? Or that a man is calling himself a woman? All of a sudden it just come up so enough. You mean say never did it before? So all of a sudden you have to confront this thing, you know, and I say, what? But me don't know you as Sharon or you become Tony. What kind of foolishness is that? And if me not accept you as Sharon, you start to say, no, it can't go that way there. That's who come forward. All right, so I will come out for this reason, you know, but I want to leave you with this. I not done the program, but I want to say this, right? You say if you decide to say something wrong because of a religion, the thing where you say wrong, you have to look into yourself now and think about if you are do something wrong against your religion. And if you say somebody do something wrong according to how you see your religion and it must be put to death, you have to check yourself if you shouldn't dead already. Because the amount of things where I hear man say about why a man thief, you know, him for dead. You know, and I'm saying, wait, a man, all right, you vex your man thief, but there must be some way you can punish him. Or a picnic do something wrong, you go beat him and don't spare the rod. Yeah, but how much things you do as a big man or a big woman, you know, where you should have get beaten and with many strides, you know, get beaten. Where I say, religion is really a terrible thing. That is what I say. Religion cause you to go against culture. And every religion come out of culture. Religion is like a warped version of cultural expression. especially when the people them have put forward that expression in an environment that is not theirs, like the African people find themselves in a. We are confused as African people, not knowing if we're going front or back, not if we're going forward or backward. We are confused. Because meanwhile, you talk about many strides to a picnic. You yourself should have get some serious lickings. You have man who walk up and down with Bible and a quote Bible this and a quote Bible that. And guess what? He might have him little picnic around the corner there and can't even look after the picnic. What should happen to you? Thou shalt not kill. Are the same thing, same law, them I say, you must have no other God but me. Thou shalt not commit adultery. All these things. What is adultery? In Isaiah 3, it says, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man in that day. You don't believe what I say? Go read the Bible, man. Isaiah 3. I don't remember which verse. Read the whole of the chapter. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man in that day. And him say, the woman, them will say, we will buy our own food and wear our own clothes, but let us be called by your name. What kind of name? A married name. The woman, them have plead to get a man. So them no business. 7 women take hold of 1 man. In a them days there. So you have man, we have 7 wives. And we go see that live out itself. And one of the wives, them now complain about one another. As a matter of fact, them help one another. The Bible says Solomon have 700 wives and 300 concubines. You have man righteous, so now we blame same as same. Him a boast him about 20 picnic and him now look after none. Some man have 5 picnic and run, go and left the woman with it. But him a bring down all sort of this and that because him have a religious mindset. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. When you talk about this and when you talk about that. Because death is not a thing where a man should have jump around the place and have sprout out death. That is not a thing where you should have run around the place. Punishment is something different. Man must be punished for what him do that is outside of the realms of the society and the culture. But we can't slam bomb religion upon people. So when a man come now with fame little thing about man and woman and all them something there, a man a say a woman a say a man. Them things that is not our religion. Not our culture. But it eventually become a part of the religion because I just quote a thing when you say the Bible said there is neither male nor female in the sight of God, Jew nor Gentile. A man have hang on upon that. What kind of craziness is happening? And black people are all on upon it. Black people are all on upon it. And when you show them anything African, them vex. Them say, I don't know African, you know, this and that. Yet see them go around the place and do all sort of thing. That is unbecoming of an African person. How we going to do it? How we going to do it? Because them tell you about a woman eat a fruit and go get her husband. And she bring a whole heap of madness in the earth. No go so. I feel them way of explaining what go on in our earth. I know my way that. My way not have no snake attack and no donkey attack and no man stands command son to stand still. That's not my cultural expression or my cultural history. I have mythology in my culture, but not that way, because I know it's a mythology. I don't use mythology as fundamentalism. Mythology is something is designed, it's like a metaphor to explain something else, like an allegory. You man talk about allegory. There's a lot of allegory in the Bible. Man don't see it as allegory. I'm saying it's a real thing. Like the whole earth was flooded with water. A man sit down in an ark 500 foot long with a pair of every animal in it. It's madness. And I'm not saying nothing about if I come on the radio and say that no here, man, I say, don't have the radio, the mad boy. And tomorrow morning, them gone on the same thing and I broke all of the law of them in the Bible. All of the law of them. Where them say, Deuteronomy, check Deuteronomy and Leviticus. Man a caught by us and you know if you eat pork. You know if you eat pork, and the Bible say that. You think some don't eat pork through Bible say it? But I don't eat pork through no Bible say it. I come find out for myself, say, I shouldn't eat it. It has nothing to do with a morality statement. It's a cultural statement. Me not eat certain food because I think I'm going to live longer than everybody else. Me eat certain food because I know, so boy, it ease up my stress and my pain. I just simple that. Me not feel so boy, true me is a vegetarian, I'm not going to live longer than a man who meat every day. That don't have nothing to do with it. It have something to do with how I want to feel in myself, or my body, or me know say, boy, if you don't eat certain things, the chances of you getting certain things is less. But it don't mean your car can't go lick you down tomorrow morning when you go buy some vegetable at the market or a stray bullet just lick you. You're a vegetarian and a stray bullet lick you the same way. Like the man who eat a bag of meat every day. But we don't know that. Tell me say a lie, me I tell. You think you can hide from bullet nowadays? So we know that, all of that. That never help we. When death come, it come. But every man want to preserve his life a little longer. But it don't mean him not go pass. But you have man who think that. That's why I say religion is a powerful tool to keep the mind in subjugation to the people them who create that religion. That is what it is all about. It is about keeping you in subjugation. And don't want you to free yourself. And then because him have a twisted mind now, them come with something else. Transgender. That is what they talk about. You know what trans mean? It's like transport. It's like transform. You move from one place to the next. Transport. What a judgment. It's a judgment. We, as African people, have to wake up. Wake up. When them bring all these things, that's why I say the government have to get up and declare something like how the African them do it. Only for the African them country, I say, not under my watch, never, ever, ever. Me a brother from St. Lucia and come from. I know something I'm going to find it, you know. I'm going to look, I don't know if I have time enough to look for it for tomorrow. But I'm going to find it. You know, the man I say, you know, just go and go talk, but don't bring it come to my country, you know. You know, say, that is not part of the policy of my government. It's a terrible time we're living in, you know. And it's not everybody say, when them a live, them say it's a terrible time them a living now. And things can get worse. When you think say it can't get no worse, it can get worse. No place to show you that like Jamaica. Yeah, man. And that's what you're trying to say. It get worse. But too much of we are crying for the youth them. We just are crying for the youth them. Me I cry for everybody, you know. And I just youth. I see some big people, they're on earth, you know, when I say, but look how them spend them life. I sit down and I have this thing about this I go happen and that now go happen and that go happen. And look at them still sit down there. I watch the stars. The stars now drop from the sky. You know, see it now drop. We have to realize that. Yes, I have Allah for no macho mark na look. With Allah for macho mark na look. We are cry for the youth. Yeah, man. A too long we Allah for them man there, you know. And make it control way. Consciousness. We have to know, say, we come from a cultural experience that must define us, especially now, when all of them frivolous things that take over. When you look on how the sister them dress and how them behave and react to certain situations. When you look on how the man them are going now with them killing and them vexation and aggravation. And you know, so that a come out of experience where it's not we, you know, but we get so lost and we get so mixed up now that anything goes. Yes, we get so lost. It's like we look for ourselves and we can't find ourselves, so we just take the nearest thing to it, which is not we. The nearest thing will come to it, you know, we start to grab it and own it, and it's not we. The food, the clothes, the thinking, the religion, all of them things there, we just grab feed. Because we have to grab for something. We have to grab for something. And everything else look illogical and irrational. And sometimes the thing will look irrational at that. At the thing are we, you know. Some things we are true, you know, at that are we. But we can't figure it out because we don't have the understanding and education, and we don't want to listen, and we don't want to experience nothing outside of what them tell we about and what them show we. It's a serious thing. So we have to stop Allah for macho mark or loose. I tell you.
Almost there.
The man said now cry for no man in a 3-piece suit. He no cry for macho mark or look. Yeah, man. And that's what I say. And we have to wake up. And I not stop. We're going too far enough to turn around, you know. We're not stopping. We are say the reality of the situation is that we have to come out of them things. Them things will make us feel say the things them where's we feel say it wrong. And the thing where's them we feel say it right. And well, right now, we don't feel say, them I say is right, is wrong. We start to know, them start to manipulate our mind, manipulate our consciousness, and we start accept things where we did I say is wrong all the while. But because them have more advertisement and them have more whip over our back, them can advertise them culture more than we. Them put the advertisement in the food. Them make you start to eat them food. Them start to franchise out them food in different places. And them put it in some little peculiar places where you have to go get it. Them franchise out them clothes. Where you never want to wear them kind of clothes there. They make you start wear it. Them franchise out them woman or them man. So I would not talk to them kind of woman. Them make you start to talk to them. Them franchise out them sexual ways, behaviors. That all we look on it and say, no go in our culture. We still hold on upon it. And now them are bring something else now where them want to accept. And we are say, them are franchise out that too. Them are put certain things in our head now for prepare way for that kind of thinking. And how we can find out. We know as well what them are doing, you know, but here we know. All right.
On a deserted island, and in 100 years, you'll have a thriving community.
All right, make us start this from top. Make us stop this from top. Make us start it from the top. We want to hear it from the top.
Put 100 women and 10 men on a deserted island, and in 100 years, you'll have a thriving community of men, women, boys, and girls. Now put 100 trans women and 10 men on a deserted island. In 100 years, you will find the skeletons of 110 men. Let me break it down. In a world of confusion, ask yourself the critical question. If everyone was to live like this, will mankind continue to exist? If the answer is no, then this way of living is not suitable for mankind. It really is that simple. And don't let anyone fool you into thinking otherwise.
You don't have to be religious to understand the concept there. Where the man just say, you don't have to be religious. It's just a reality. You don't have to be religious. You don't have to quote scriptures to say this wrong and that right. Because that is where they make it go. You see, them put something in the book. And when you're looking at the book now, you say, God say. So far you go say God say no, you know. Nobody can question it. So when you don't have the book now, you start to perpetuate the conversation where you say God say. And you realize, you know, them say this thing, when you point your finger over there, so some are point pan you, more are point pan you, three of them are point pan you, and you are point one way. What we are say? We are sort of a final culture. What define you? I know where you can find a culture is to really go find, just like how you hear Alan Cole talk about the bridging, Mako, Dougie Mac, and you hear me talk about Plano, and you have some bridging that passed gone, but you have books now, you have this thing here in front of you where you can go find out certain things quicker than how we used to find it out. That is what is your thing now. You're supposed to go to go find out. And don't make no one put for them cultural expression in a your thinking. Hey, we have on the line Alan Cole. Him there yet? Somebody say something to me.
I'm here.
When I hear, whosoever they put.
I am here.
Eh?
I'm here.
I hear you low.
I am here. I can't hear you. You can't hear me. I am here.
Well, I'm not on, what you do?
I'm here, my brother. I can't hear you. You can't hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear you, but I hear you low, but I can't hear you still.
Yet praying for salvation in corruption.
All right, so, first of all, me as a youth, I go all over the place, Vineyard Town, on the edge of Warwick Hill, and me hear the man them a play Cedric Brooks, you know, Plano used to round there. Where I wrote the name again, Alan, I have Jake's road there, where the name again?
Mountain View attack.
Eh?
Mountain View?
No man, a little road there, where every man used to gather. Them used to gather in another house. I mean, Cedric Brooks used to have him thing round there and I play every day and all them really.
Yeah,
anyway.
Sanders.
Yeah. We used to run up and down and I say all them man, but we never know them more than Mystic Revelation and Rastafari. You know, Dougie Mac name called all right. For those of you who don't know, we are talking about Dougie Mac who passed away the other day, and there will be a tribute to him down the institute, right?
Yeah.
Herbie Miller I deal with that. But what want you tell the people them who was Dougie Mac?
Well, you know that as you know some of these shit, but when we were young, little youth coming to school as youth who wanted to come to the truth of how the earth and the runnings about the earth used to be, and what was the distant future of the earth. People like Dougie Mac, Martin Plana, Sam Clayton, Phil
Mutabaruka, yeah.
Sam Brown, Solomon Wolf, Sam Waterhouse. Those were some of the brethren who were what we call exponent of back to Africa. Dougie Mac now was a man who to myself and enough of the brethren who used to go to high school. We used to go over the Glasspool Avenue in the early 60s. When they call it Groundation.
Yeah.
Dougie Mac was one of the most eloquent Rastafari brethren of that period, who was a teacher, just like our Martin Planner was a teacher. Sam Clayton, Phil Mutabaruka, and Solomon Wolf in their respective space. But as you know, when we were going to school, the history that they imposed upon us was we didn't accept it because we were young youth who really was ahead of what they say, we were ahead of the quote unquote other youngsters of our time.
Yeah.
We were seeking to unfold a lot of things.
Yes, especially among some older man than we.
Yes. So Dougie Mac now was what we call now was one of the leaders in the East Kingston region of the movement. And he was like a teacher because when we went there as a youth, myself, you remember Royal Benyon as Curtin, a brother named Dennis Lowe, D-Lowe,
Yeah.
who went to Kingston College. We used to walk from Vineyard Town in the early 60s, like from 63 and those years, going to Glasspool Avenue, and certain occasions when they had like, Haile Selassie birthday,
Yeah.
they had Backlav Adawa. Those days were celebrated in the worker areas as like holidays, because those people revered those
days.
part of the calendar, yeah.
Yeah.
So now, Dougie Mac was, when we went there to the youth and we used to listen. When Dougie Mac started to elaborate and speak about Africa and world affairs, it was like we were listening to a professor. He was eloquent, and he was not a man who compromised, because as a Pan-Africanist, he was a man who used to educate all of us as youngsters and how he saw the formation and the future of Africa, and in a wider what we call now, and a wider, broader matter. He would talk about world affairs. We used to listen to Dougie Mac because he was the teacher for us.
Yeah.
When Dougie Mac started to talk, there was no way we would be distracted. He was, as I said, very eloquent, and he read a lot. And in those days, they had a lot of Rastafari bridging them. Most of them didn't get the schooling like 40s, yeah. So
I almost said to that, it's ironical that most of them brethren, they never lacks.
Sure. Yeah, as you know, the Eastman, there was mostly chromium on them.
Yeah, and the Westman, them
was a dreadlock.
It's like the music. The Eastman, them was the instrumentalist, and the Westman, them was the vocalist.
Right, yes, yeah. Beautiful, yeah, because, as you know, you had people like Tommy McCook.
Yes.
You had Dan Drummond. You had Cedric Brooks.
Rico.
You had Rico.
Yeah.
And of course, you had Pontazi.
Yes.
You understand?
And the man from the east.
Yes. But Dougie Mac was, as he was later called the deacon, was the teacher.
Yeah.
You understand? And he was, as I said, he was such a well-read brethren that when you listen to a man like, when you listen to Dougie Mac talk, you don't want to stop. You don't want to hear nothing more than him. When he talk.
Eloquent.
Yes, man. And trust me, those days, the movements, as you know, were lacking people like a Dougie Mac and a Mortimer Planner and a Sam Brown to the lesser extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because as most of the people who knew him will tell you that the man was so well versed or well read that any international affair you could argue him and ask him.
Yes.
You know, and he was spot on. Because I remember as a youth when we start search for the truth, and because you know this student teach you that they impose upon us in a school was crazy. You understand me? So we had to go to places like Warwick and get books, because when I think what was just about Dougie Mac and those birds in there, them man, they had a whole heap of literature, whole heap of history book, what we call it.
Well, nobody else never have.
That is true.
Nobody never have the book there.
Yeah, because you know that the history but that we come through, because I went through I went through that system, that the issue that they taught us in school in those days was totally misleading and was dealing nothing about Africa, because that's how the colonial master had said the thing.
Yeah.
You understand? So we know as youth are seek the truth and the privilege to
hear them
hear, and go to read book.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. You remember a Rambe Theater?
Yeah man, a Rambe.
Out of the Black Factory then out of East there.
Yeah man.
So I remember me used to go out there, you know, and when plan of them I play and this and that and Dougie them out there, and as a youth, me just don't even know where I go on, you know, me just decide to say I out there somewhere one day.
You know, so come on, because we are seeing the truth. Because Planet keep a big dance one time out there, so them call it what? Better call it that thing, you know. Out around me.
Out around me. It was a car at first, right?
Yes.
A car, Merton used to play out there and thing, and then...
Same place out there, some man. Yeah,
man. You know, a Black Fox out there. We're talking about Dougie Mac and them days out of East, and we are talking to Alan Cole. Yeah, Alan Cole, I give you a run up. And when he was a youth, Dougie Mac, him sitting as a professor, Dougie Mac. Remember Cedric Brooks as the man with him hands blow. You know, Cedric Brooks are the first man we record when I'm a poem them from them days. Yeah, man, him name Outcry. And them days, Dougie Mac was like a poet too.
Yes, man. Yeah, man. Dougie Mac, when Dougie Mac speak, you know, you could feel him, you know. You understand me? Yeah, you could feel him because he was coming from the heart. And as I said, the man there was what you call now. The man didn't mess around with leak the truth and
knowledge, knowledge, yeah, man.
And show the system, you know, because when the man go in at the history and start talking and start leak sort of the South African
apartheid regime,
system there. Man, it was a pleasure to hear how they define and talk about the whole situation, the future and what will take place. Because when the man had to talk and say that regime have to fall, you know. There was these people, because you know, people man needs to talk and say, oh, as long as you live, you know, go see them, you know, Yeah, man. And Dougie Mac used to tell you, say, Dougie Mac was like China used to say, when the right time of African makeup, man, bloodshed, bloodbath. You understand? And I remember, I don't know if you remember Muta, because we used to go to school and these as youth. When the British Embassy was down at Duke Street, and the Rasta man then decided for march and protest. Rasta man from west, Rasta man from east. You know, plan with that set out man them from west. Dougie Mac and Sam them and the man from east. And man, when the man walk the British the commissioner, it was that time at Duke Street. Police, the man we want a police. We want a police, the man them up on the road out there.
And them man, no man never go there to create no war. I don't show the back clean or they must have
No, the man's gonna go march and carry them banner with
the peaceful protest.
Yeah, man. So, Dougie Mac, the contribution what Dougie Mac made is just more than outstanding, I should say. I can't find the right adjective of it describe his contribution. But those virgin there, actually that virgin and in particular as we speak, made an enormous contribution because remember them man they was teachers, you know, because remember, you know, because of all the system, because you know, just them time they would just talk about a self-government, you know, because you know, them tell the government tell them you have Blackburn before and they have one you the last system and them man they when the man attack, you know, baby, them man they didn't mess around, you know. You know. Them man they hit the nail in the head. And talk about the atrocities and all that, which people, quote unquote, the so-called, what you call it, the society, were totally against those type of teaching.
Talking, Sedition, seditious, treason.
Yes. I remember, you know, when the man marched against the British High Commission, you know, the man from the west and the man from the east, you know. Man, a schoolboy, you know, man, I have to take out them tie and take out them police, you know, guys, them ever see them police tie your tie. And that go back to school, you know.
They mark you.
They march you too. You know, so, them man, they really put you on the right road.
Yeah, man, I'm glad say me was not even a part type, but the amongst them where we know. Like all man like Plano, me come get close to, kind of get close to Plano and them really. And the first time me hear a man say Emperor Haile Selassie is the Almighty God, me frightened, you know. Me frightened, you know, that's how the man set up in a pier. Our mutual, them have a place, the opposite, the gun court there. I think at University Mutual something like that building.
Oh, you talk about the club you talk about where they band is going to play too.
Yeah, Plano did attack in the man. I mean, you Plano get up and say that time him never not locks. It's how him never not Tom and him barefoot at the place, you know. And him say Emperor Haile Selassie is the you know him vice there already.
Yeah, man.
But me shake when me hear a man say so, you know, me say, he really say that in front of the people there.
Watch out. I talking about that, you know, I remember when plan of them come up from the mission, that first mission, you know. Plan of them keep a big meeting up on Arnold Road, top of Arnold Road, that's why supermarket was them days there, you know.
Yeah.
And we as I say, me keep for the night with my cousin them and go up there, you know. I'm not telling you, say, when the man bring a Martin up planner, you know, Rasta, they say the place erupt, you know. And when the man start talk and say, I Selassie died, and when the man chant, you know, you hear him, man, you feel him,
Feel it.
Yeah, man. Them man, those, as I said, those virgin.
Yeah,
we have to mention man like Martin Planner Farm.
Well, that's what me get to know. I know more than even Dougie.
Yeah. The man, the contribution was just unparalleled, you know. And and I think about talking about Martin Planner. Planner was a man that was, as you know, well ready and brethren.
Why you say, man, I was a walking university, man. That's what I tell you, say, anytime I listen to Planner, I remember Planner, I say, you know, Planner say something to me, and I'm say, yes, sir, all right. You know what I mean? Because, hey, trust me, man. The man, they make you know, say, you can't stop, man. You have to continue, man. You have to just go on. You have to go on. Anyway, so tell me something now. You know about a Sunday, the memorial I keep, right? Where Urban Miller put together. A memorial, me I call it, you know.
Yeah, but I hear what you say. But you remember Dago?
Yeah, man. Let me remember Dago, man.
Right. Well, Dago supposed to be one of the men who's supposed to be and supposed to give a
contributing voice and things.
Yeah, because Dago was one of the men in the who launched we call it, you know, fundraising thing when the man was Africa, you know. Dago was a man where he's an early student of Kingston Technical, the alma mater there.
Yes.
I say no, but I say those the type of contribution that those bridges made, man. I mean, youth and youth have. I mean, it's unfortunate that we don't have historians don't have the what you call it now, the insight of those days to educate the youth to make them know where the movement just coming from. Like the Dougie Mac and them man, because man, them man they was special. Because I say we as youth, when Dougie Mac start we don't know, you know, yeah man, them man the contribution, man.
Like the sound of many waters, man. We have to move now. We have to move.
Yes, man.
So a Sunday, you right?
Yeah, Sunday.
Urban Miller going to sleep on me, Rasta. What am I deal with?
Sunday supposed to be, I mean, it's the greatest enough for the ones that come out.
From them time there.
Come here, to know about this man and understand his contribution. And now a man wake up a lot of youth like myself and only more youth.
A whole heap of youth, man. Yeah, man. All right, sir. Alan, so we're there long time, you know. What Alan Cole I don't know. Alan Cole has come up on the radio. So, well, Alan Cole I don't know what it is.
Just a live and give thanks for brethren.
I know that you're going to say, you know. I know that you're going to say.
It makes sense. You try to get involved with what going on there, you know, especially when it's taking place, you know. We have to keep ourselves together.
So the one over Miller call me up on telephone, how am I deal with? I'm supposed to sleep, you know. Because if I can find him, believe you me, Urban Miller call the radio station, Rasta. I'm going to make them call him for the radio station, all right? All right, Alan.
Love.
Yeah, man, give thanks. All right. Hey, Urban Miller.
Yeah, brethren,
you're going like you're some old man, so Rasta. You don't want to talk on radio about you don't know much to talk about. What are you dealing with?
like Alan and Jerry and them, man, the talking, man.
So you never used to out them area there? You did have fire in them time there?
Hello. Remember, sir, Rockford, my born and grew up.
Then how you going like?
Them time you over Sheffield Road, me over Ocean View Avenue.
No, but I try to remember the road where Cedric Brooks used to play enough music pan road near Jake's Road. I can't remember the name of the road in Rasta. As a youth.
There's no Homestead Road.
Homestead Road. Oh gosh, man, a Homestead Road, man. Homestead Road, the road name.
Homestead Road, yeah.
Yeah. And as a youth, me about 18, 19 years old.
And I used to talk about a car and all them place. Brethren, what a time it was.
Oh gosh, man, Meritone in a car there.
And then it changed to
Arambe.
Yes. Road. Yeah.
Me I tell you, man. But you know.
I think Telwell used to involve with it.
Yeah, man, Telwell, of course. Tall Telwell, man.
Telwell, yes. Yes.
All right, tell us something about where we are going Sunday.
All right, so Sunday we're doing a tribute to the great brother Dougie Mack, remembering Dougie Mack. And I have some video footage of him. You remember the one receiving the medal from His Imperial Majesty, among others.
Yeah.
And as you know, he also published a book on his own life as a Rastafari in the East. There was a panel discussion moderated by Habti Selassie, our virgin from
New York there?
Yes.
Him still up already in New York?
Yeah, remember Bully and Habti grew up around.
You're serious?
Yeah. Habti was here. Bully will be online. Of course, Alan, Jerry, Barbara Blake, Hannah, and Sister Audrey, that's Dougie Mack's widow, will all speak. Of course, we can't do this without the great mystic revelation of Rastafari with
No,
her.
you can't do it without them, man. What are you talking about?
You know, that was a big part.
That's the backbone of Warwick Hill.
Yes, yeah. So, and it's at the Institute of Jamaica, 2 p.m. on Sunday afternoon, Sunday coming.
Yes, all right.
You know, we have a good memory of the brethren. So, as you say, I was not close to him as Alan and Jerry and...
I was more close to Plano. It's Plano I was more close to.
But at the same time, coming up in the East, we know Brother Phil and Brother Sam.
Yeah, we know them, yes.
Dougie, and so on. But remember, Dougie had migrated early. But Alan was saying, you know, the country...
Where they live at Boston?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, okay.
But the contribution of a man like Dougie Mack is like, as Alan said, he's a teacher. Just to listen to them man that talk about world affairs, among other things.
Yeah.
It's like in awe of them, you know? So it will be good.
And they never go to big high school.
I think it's Casey will go. But I
Big
remember
high
the
school,
man will work all a backside and then place and then shift.
No, when we say big high school, a university, we mean to say.
No.
A university, we mean to say.
I remember the university, UWI Mutual Center, right at Arnold Road.
And there's something just I tell you, say, the first time you hear a man say Emperor Haile Selassie is the Almighty, right in the so, right in front of gun court.
Yeah. But you see, as you know, when Plano talk is like earth shaking.
Oh, gosh.
Good man have a voice, the brethren. Like you shudder, you tremble, it's frightening.
I'm going to play a tune by him, you know. I'm going to play a tune by him, you know. I tell you, man, coming voice is like the sound of many waters.
The psalm, the flip side, the Selassie, the chapel.
Yeah, no, is that true? No, I'm going to play it, man. I'm going to play it. No. When you know, when eh? Him write Haile Selassie is the chapel, you know.
I know that. Well,
Plano, him write it, and chances are, him write chances are too.
Yes, and put the lyrics to the crying in the chapel.
Yeah.
But, man, them band that was future, man. Them man that was just so ahead that you just sit down and listen to them.
Yeah.
You know? So we're really looking forward to bring out the Massive on Sunday.
Yeah.
And give a great memory of this, man. And you don't confirm with me yet, you know, boss.
Confirm if I come down there?
No.
If not, this. Wait, say what I'm do? MC?
The master of ceremony.
But you don't need no MC for them things, man. What do you Miller, man? I'm not sure you do.
Come do way after the man. Muta is do for them kind of thing. We don't have no one else to do this kind of thing, man.
We are come, man.
You know, we have to give thanks that this a man like this passed through, and we're really looking forward to a great turnout.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, man.
We'll catch up soon.
Go and go sleep, Reggie.
Yes, ma'am. I forget that.
All right, give thanks.
Later.
Yes, me I tell you. Mystic Revelation of Rastafari. Here we go. You're listening to the Mystic Revelation of Rastafari. You know, the first album, as a matter of fact, it's a 3-album set. It's the first album where actually bust Rastafari music out of earth there. Yeah, when we talk about bust it, I mean say them got tour with the album all over the place. And play the music same way. No reggae we are talking about, no, we are talking about this beat here with Count Azzy. Them call it the mystic revelation of Rastafari. The man them from Warwick Hill. As we hear we are celebrating say, it's just ironical that all of the instrumentalists them come from out of the east and all of the vocalists them come from west, to precisely Trenchtown. And right in that area there, we see right now them have a monument. Well, not really, it's a monument because it's a building and it's a place that pay homage to Amy Jakes Garvey. And Jakes Road, for those of you who don't know, Jakes Road is Amy Jakes Garvey and her family. The road they go right down is part of them property. Just like how we see a big hotel now, built up on Marcus Garvey property on Lady Musgrave Road. One side over the other side and one side over the other side. Now we see a large hotel built up there so. But we not going to make the names of our heroes get wiped out by no buildings and no street where don't have the name of the people them who contribute to our development and our consciousness. Can you remember whole heap of things? And we spent 30 years on a program here. I push that memory, that philosophy, that thinking. You know, because we hear some man with that philosophy and that thinking. You just hear we talk about some of them a while ago. And we're not going to forget. And we're not going to make it just end so. Because we never there for us make it end. We continue the journey. Because liberation and freedom we are talking about. And that's what Rastafari did come for. To liberate the people them. Not just to just religious them out, but to liberate them. The time is 1 minute past 1 o'clock. We're never too late to take no call, you know. Because whatever call I upset my vibes, you know, with what I say. So, we're going to play this. Okay. We're going to play this.
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it. They're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened. And therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
Look here, it's not Bible that tell we Africans say the man-to-man thing is not we, you know, it's not the Bible that tell we that, you know. Because we didn't know that from before them come there with them Bible. Because the same man them who translate the Bible, them broke all of the laws them in the Bible long time. All of them. Them guilty of every one of the thing them. If you read Deuteronomy and Leviticus, everything, them broke it. Even the guy where them say King James. King James. I forgot to him boyfriend his name. I just have it somewhere written, but I'm going to find it again. And him have that as a book where him declares, say, this is the word of God. So him get it translated. All of the laws them broke it. And then them put it for we now, and we now know, say, in our culture, them things they never in our culture. But now we are going to validate, say, it doing the religion where we are practice by quoting that. So we still don't know where we are doing. We still don't know where we are doing. Because if we have to follow that, if you know, say, certain things just not work out certain way, naturally. That means we have forced something upon ourselves. We're not thinking. In the thinking, you know. Not in the physical practicing it. Just in the thinking. We are say it wrong because them say it wrong. But them know say it not wrong according to them culture. Because that them a do. Nothing where them a tell you is a wrong into them, you know. Because everything where them tell you is a wrong, them a do it. So we know our whole hand on it so much now that we start to feel morally inclined not to do it because them say we're not to do it. Rather than for know say our culture they show we say we're not to do it for a long time. So that is why now them can come with a gender thing now. So there's more than, there's only one gender. It's two gender, male and female. Simple. Done. Them going to come now and show you that these things is normal. And when we talk this way, them ostracize you and criticize you and start to show you dig up this and dig up that. And you may get involved in things where you never want to get involved in because you must talk that way. That is what them do with the African nation, them. And most of the African, them are turn on and say, don't go out with no money, you know. If other way, then we are going to develop our country. We not take your money. African people are stand up to that. You know, see it? And we say, because we're so near to them. Because we're so near to them, we're afraid for the government me talk about now, afraid to stand up to them. Because them know what will happen if them don't yield to them. And everything what them say, we must do in the Bible, them do it, them guilty of it. So who's them for have no moral compass in front of we? For come claim say, polygamy is a wrong way of life. Polygamy, it's so terrible that polygamy is so wrong that for sure say, with the juice of polygamy, man, we have him wife and go the sneaking car and go get a girlfriend. We create more upset. You know, see, it might live out a natural cultural expression. But because him in this mindset, you know, in the Western world, yeah, him wife don't even want to accept that, so him supposed to stay. You know, see it? Him wife don't want to accept that. So him become a sinner. That him supposed to be put to death. Not because of the cultural expression, according to the Bible. You think the guy can't tell me, hey, watch your man. Ah, yeah, with this we come and fight, we come and fight. This is the cutting edge. How them get that happen? The majority of people, them poor. And the percentage is millionaires and billionaires. And people still are suffer in these Christian countries, in these Muslim countries. It's religion, you know. It's religion. Because the religion will keep you in poverty. The religion will keep you in poverty. Every law in that book has been broken by the people them who give you the book. Get up for your rights. Some of us don't know what our rights is. We feel that the right is only the rights in the Constitution that them give way again. Everything in that constitution that these people give as a political guide has been broken by the same people them who give it. We have to revert to our ancient liberty to survive. We want to play this. Years ago, about 2-3 years ago, we played it. We will play it again. Consider what is going on right now.
Last year.
Okay, make us stop this and play this. Here we go.
Truth about Jamaica's money. Money is a very influential economic measure of value and a commodity that is exchanged in return for goods or services. A nation's money is the driving force behind all commercial activities within that country. The scope of influence of money is widely known, and so, people conveniently assume that their government produce money under very regulated conditions. Most Jamaicans don't ask where our money comes from, or how the creation of money is regulated, so that the persons responsible for printing money don't just print money for themselves and get very rich. What many Jamaicans don't know, is that the Jamaican dollar is printed in England at a company named Thomas de la Rue, and in Germany at a company named Gesseek and Devrient. Before you fall off your seats asking yourselves how our government could be so naive, as to import our nation's money, rather than printing it themselves, just look at the lower back part of your money to see that the evidence was printed there all along, in fine print of course. And don't be surprised if the new currency design doesn't have the maker's name printed onto it, because Jamaicans are increasingly taking notice of the fact that foreigners print our money, and the fine print isn't enough to hide it anymore. Removing the fine print which tells us where our money is created, may be one of the reasons why our currency is being redesigned. The Jamaican dollar was introduced in 1969. Before that, Jamaica used the Jamaican pound, which was connected to the British pound since 1840. The Jamaican pound was printed in England, and after independence, apparently nothing changed. That is because, to this day, our money is still being printed by our colonial oppressors in England, since our money is being printed in a foreign country. You would expect that the Jamaican government would see to it that the process of creating our money is well regulated, so that the company of Thomas de la Rue and Gesseek and Devrient don't print our money and use it to buy property in Jamaica, foreign currency or whatever they feel like, since the companies that print money are the most lucrative place for fraud to develop. Remember that the persons printing our nation's money are just people, and therefore, they will be tempted to print some for their personal benefit. It's just an obvious possibility that we take for granted. Another puzzling question is, how does the government of Jamaica pay for the services of a privately owned company to print our nation's currency? They definitely can't use money, since they are paying for the printing of that same money. Remember, Thomas de la Rue and Gesseek and Devrient are businesses owned by business people, who are in it to make a profit. So, how do they get paid to print money for Jamaica? Why is the government of Jamaica allowing a profit-driven foreign company to print the paper money of Jamaica? And does that mean that we are not independent, since the Jamaican government is importing money from the same colonial nation that used to print our money before independence? And before you say that Thomas de la Rue and Gesseek and Devrient are not the same as the colonial government that printed our money before independence, it is important to note that these companies that print money are suspected of being owned by the Rothschild banking dynasty, who has British peerage, and is therefore connected to the same royal family that colonized Jamaica. Ergo, Jamaica's former colonial oppressors are the same ones printing Jamaica's money. We must be able to accept this fact in order to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. This is money we are talking about, and I can bet that everyone in the building at Thomas de la Rue and Gesseek and Devrient can be encouraged to print enough money to bribe any regulator and any onlooker to look away as they print all the money that they want. So, the act of printing our currency at a privately owned company, in a foreign country, poses an obvious conflict of interest, and also constitute a high-level national security concern. This might be why our currency constantly loses value. Our inflation is out of control, why most assets in Jamaica are foreign-owned, why our economy is dependent on imports and why we are always in debt. Thomas de la Rue and Company is the world's largest commercial banknote printer and banknote paper manufacturer. This Rothschild subsidiary prints the currency of all of 150 of the 195 nations of the world. A question you must ask is, why does so many governments around the world print their money in England? I have already explained how risky and illogical it is to have the nation's money printed by a profit-driven company in England. Also, never forget that the money printing process is extremely difficult to regulate, because all the regulators can be bribed at any price. So, why do governments ignore common sense and sovereign law, and give up such a critical aspect of their nation's power by making a foreign company print their money? Politicians who love money are literally allowing a printing business in England to print their nation's money, and you should be asking yourselves why? In order to understand the importance of a nation printing its own currency, and how that fact can stifle a nation from developing, the British decided to print the currency that the American colonies used, and that decision directly led to those colonies taking their independence from Britain, and forming the United States of America in 1776. The fact is that, the company that prints our money is controlled by colonial forces in England. And so, if they wish, the royal family could very well bribe every man, woman, and child in Jamaica, with our own money, in order to try to turn Jamaicans against any revolutionary or independence movement that is vocally opposed to the Queen remaining as Jamaica's head of state. We cannot consider ourselves to be independent if our money is printed in a foreign country by our former colonial oppressors. Therefore, the Jamaican government should take steps to facilitate the printing of our money, and not outsource such a vital component of our nationhood. And so, Jamaicans should not be tricked into selling their freedom and independence, while the British and the Chinese are seeking to recolonize us. Black people, it is time to see through the tricks that our oppressors use to keep us down.
The informative information presented in this video is motivational and is positively aimed at inspiring, educating and entertaining the viewers with the cutting edge of critical reasoning. If you enjoy the contents on the Black Radar YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to show your support.